My computer's acting up, so I had to switch to my phone. But anyways, peak pays. So for instance, for me, I have a 50% acceptance rate. My mom has like a 15% acceptance rate. I know Hustle CLE, he has a 70% acceptance rate. All three of us were seeing different peak pays. We were all seeing different peak pays. So apparently acceptance rate matters with peak pays, which they don't tell you when you're like trying to fight for the top dashers or the priority access with orders and things like that. So in my area, my zone, for instance, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but thank you. In my zone in Avon, I was seeing a $3 peak pay. My mom was seeing a $2 peak pay. In Cleveland Heights, I was seeing a $7 peak pay. My mom was seeing a $5 peak pay. And Hustle CLE, he was seeing a $8 peak pay. He's a 70, I'm a 50, she's a 15. So like that's three very like different, tiers for us to see the different peak pays. So I thought that was cool to see, that in a sense of maybe if you're not making extra money, you're not seeing a difference with the priority access with the orders, because like I don't see a difference. I really don't. I'll be 100% honest. I've worked all this time to get my acceptance rate over 50% and higher. I am not seeing any difference in peak pays. Not one difference. Not peak pays, but in pay in general. I'm getting the same orders that I would get if I wasn't at a 50. I do want to get my stuff up to a 70, if that's even fucking possible in my area. It's easier said than done because we don't get peak pays like that, which doesn't make the orders any more enticing to take. We just get like simple like little shit, like we get $1 peak pay or something like that. The people who like in Hustle Zone, he gets fucking $2, $3, $4 peak pays all the time. So it's easy for him to keep his AR up because he's getting that extra money on top of his orders. I'm not. If you're in a zone where you're not getting a peak pay all the time, like every day pretty much, then it's going to be harder for you to keep your acceptance rate up. And that's where I feel like I'm at right now because I don't get it. I'm thinking maybe I had a lot of luck in the Seven Hills zone, like the Parma zone, the down that way. And it was when I went up to the Cleveland Heights zone is when it started to screw me. The only thing that sucks about the Seven Hills zone is that they have a Meijer down there. And you know how DoorDash is with grocery stores. They want to bombard you with these crazy ass shopping orders that nobody wants to take. It's like they were sending me a couple, it was like $20 for 48 things going like 13, 14 miles. Like I wouldn't even take that as an Instacart order. So I'm declining. It was to the point where I had to pause it and go to a different area and then turn it back on, and I was still getting them. So I ended up just switching zones entirely because I was just getting terrible orders, bringing my acceptance rate down because the peak pay was over. There was a $4 peak pay in that area and the orders were good and I would have done it. And then once that went down, I didn't see shit else, and then that was just that. So I think acceptance rate kind of should matter, but it kind of shouldn't matter. I mean, I think it's cool to give you the perks. Like, I don't have the tier program in my area yet, but like when the tier program does come into my area, I will definitely try to get, like, that's when I will really, and everybody was like, wow, acceptance rate doesn't matter. Like, go somewhere. Because it does, to get into the large order program. That is my main goal with DoorDash. It's not to sit here and have a 70% acceptance rate, to have Top Dasher, to do this, to do that. Really, my end goal for DoorDash is to be able to get into the large order program to make things so much better. Because for the large order program right now, at least in my area, since I don't have the tier program, acceptance rate doesn't matter for it. It doesn't matter. I could literally have all the stats in my acceptance rate shitty and I can still get it. The only reason why I have my acceptance rate up high is for when they do introduce a tier program, if they do, and to ensure to me that I'm doing my 100 deliveries a month that they want you to do, which I have been doing. I think I've done 2 to 250 in the past, starting in February. So, yeah, I just want the large order program. That's it. But it seems to me that like I probably won't even be on DoorDash next week, seeing that people are getting their tax returns back, which means that they're gonna end up fucking saying that they didn't get their order because they think they're rich bougie because they had a couple of kids, and you know how that fucking goes. We will see though. Oh my god, Mississippi Dashing. It did not. It was terrible. I ended up taking one more order after my little live rant. It was $12 for 2 miles. Great order. I took that and then I just came home. I was like, I wanted to stay out, and I was like, no, I need to edit some videos. I need to go out. I mean, I need to come home. I've been out since 11. Like, I need to chill out. I'm angry. I'm pissed. That lady really had me like mad, but I'm over it now. But I'm still gonna talk shit about her because what the fuck is your problem? But still, I mean, it went decent. I mean, I can't complain at all. I didn't go out early in the morning, and I still made $250, not including the 10 that they took from me because of the contract violation. Who knows if we'll get that back either. You went from a 4 to a 69, right? Yeah, I mean, I'll probably end up doing more orders out there since I had some good luck. My biggest thing with why it failed the last 2 times is because I was going out there during the nighttime, like the sun going down at like 4 o'clock, and I can't see, and I don't like working in zones where I can't see, and you got to kind of figure out where the restaurants are at, and you don't know because you've never been there. But the places that do give out good peak pays, that's the key to getting your acceptance rate up. If you're in a zone where you don't fucking get peak pays, you're not going to get your acceptance rate up. It's like, it's honestly surprising to me now that I think about it that I even got mine up from a freaking 0% to a 50. Like, it took a lot of hard work, and it took a lot of like no tips, and I'll be honest, I struggled that week. I definitely struggled with my income. Like, I was putting off Spark and Instacart because they've been kind of like lately, and I went more towards DoorDash, and I just wasn't getting, I was getting orders, but they were like 6 for 4 or 5 for 2, you know, things like that. And you know, it's just they add up. At the end of the day, these orders add up, but you do have to lower your standards a little bit. And going out to like the Parma zone, or you know, the zones that just kind of always have a peak pay going on, around 3-5 o'clock, you know, whatever the case may be, those are the zones that if you want to raise your AR that you need to be in, because they make the no tip orders, and the orders that suck, they make them better. So face value, they look better to you, and you don't even care if they tipped. I mean, there's good and there's bad with it, because like I said, with me doing what the fuck I just did, with taking a $20 fucking order for it to turn out to be a broke, miserable ass bitch, and she's saying she didn't get her fucking food, even though I gave her food and sent her fucking kids out to go fucking enjoy their Pizza Hut in their dirty ass fucking house. You know, if I would have seen that, if that would have came in to me as a normal no peak pay order, that would have been $3. It would have been $3 for 5 miles. But since there was a $7 peak pay, I got $20 instead. How much do you pay for gas with all your gig apps? I put about 40 in to fill the tank up, and that 40 will last me about 3 or 4 days. I put 25 in today, and I still have a half a tank, so not much. I mean, I also don't take like literally 50 miles of gas will make me about $80 to $100. 50 miles, like enough to, like, you know, I've been to the point where I've like had to do a pre-dash where I have to dash to get some money to dash or to work in general. So How's your day going? I know this is like my third live. I'm just, you know. I can't believe that fucking happened. I might end up not even having DoorDash anymore. Honestly, with the way that they treat their drivers, I don't even know. Half of me doesn't even want to fucking work on their platform anymore, because why do you treat your drivers like shit? Why do you do that? Why do you not protect them? At least Uber Eats, as shitty as their fucking platform is, they protect their fucking drivers. DoorDash, they don't protect shit. They don't do shit. They're just like, take this order, drop it off. I'll tell you one thing too. I had an order today. It was $22.50. It was a Dollar General order. The Dollar General was closed. What's the deal with DoorDash if the store is closed? What do they give you guys? Half pay, right? Why did I only get $6 for it? I got $6. Is it like half pay without peak pay? I didn't question it because I'm too busy trying to make some fucking money. But they gave me $6 for, it was a double Dollar General order. They gave me $6 for it. $6 fucking dollars. And then they want to give me a contract violation and take my pay for the last order that I just fucking did, or that I did, or didn't do apparently. And so they're just kind of stealing money, you know, simple fucking gig app shit. That's just, you know, the way that it fucking goes apparently. I will never understand. Yes, Chuck. I mean, no, Chuck, it was not a rough night. It was not a rough night. I made the most I've ever made on DoorDash, and I've made more than I have made in a couple weeks just doing DoorDash. I did one Instacart order for $37, and then I did all the rest was on DoorDash. All the rest was on DoorDash. I made really good money on DoorDash tonight. Had a great day all the way up until the last order. And Chuck, would you believe that I gave the fucking the people who, what's it called? The Pizza Hut workers, I gave them $5 for their hard work. So on that order, they didn't pay me for it, and I lost $5. I mean, I did it for a good cause. You know, they were working hard. I gave them a little tip, but like, I don't fucking know. It's so fucking stupid. Like, if I get one more, if I'm late to a store, if I get stuck by a train, if one more person decides that they want to say that they didn't get their order to get free food, like, I'm done. I'm out. No more DoorDash. Like, maybe they'll reactivate me like Trader got reactivated, but other than, like, probably won't get reactivated. I went out at 11. I did do a little bit of chilling out at like 2 to maybe 3:30, and then I went out to the Seven Hills area. So I probably worked in total like 8 hours, 9 hours. 9 hours. And no, I mean, I had Uber Eats on, but Uber Eats was like non-stop. So I turned it off because Uber Eats didn't have a fucking peak pay. Uber Eats was not paying. Uber Eats was being Uber Eats, you know? Uber Eats was like, you know, $5 for 10 miles, $6 for 21 miles, all that other good shit. Like, that was what Uber Eats was sending me, and it just got to the point where it was just that bling, bling, bling in my fucking ear was just getting to the point where I just could not handle it anymore. So I just turned it off. I didn't even attempt to turn on Grubhub. I didn't switch my Spark Zone. DoorDash was the only thing that I was using, and I made good money, but I don't know. What throw down in the comments what you guys think DoorDash should do to keep us safe with that stuff, because it's just, I mean, 2-3 people do it in a row if you're in a bad neighborhood. I mean, that's why I don't do it in Lorain. I don't DoorDash in Lorain because they do that shit. They fucking say that they didn't get their food when they got their fucking food. They're miserable. They don't give a fuck about anybody but themselves. 9 times out of 10, they're broke, and they shouldn't even have the DoorDash app on their fucking phone to begin with. Like, it's one thing to not tip. Like, whatever. Like I said, I'll take a no-tip order every now and again. Whatever. It's not that big of a fucking deal. But it's a big deal when you decide to say that you didn't get your food when you really got your food. That's what the big deal is. Like, it's at the like, I don't understand. I don't know how else I could fucking put it. And you already know that there's people on here who are like, oh, well, you're going to deliver my food anyways. A pin or a signature. I'd rather do a pin because I don't want them touching my phone, because if they're petty enough to fucking say they didn't get their order, they're petty enough to fucking try to steal my phone or break it or do some dumb shit. I think a pin is perfect. Like, how is that so hard? How can Uber Eats do it and they get no orders delivered at all and DoorDash do it? Like, even Spark does it. Instacart does it when you have a big order. Why won't DoorDash do it? Like, a hand to me is like the scariest thing now. I don't want to hand anybody shit. I want to leave it on your front porch and take a fucking picture. I don't want to hand to you. I don't want to see you. Like, I don't, especially when you don't tip. I'll see, if it's, like, in my area, I have a lot of nice people. Like, I like to stay in the Avon and Elyria area. I don't ever have any fucking problems out here. No problems. But the minute I venture out, it's either contract violations or something else going on in the day that just ruins it for me. I went to Lorraine one time to drop off an order, and I got a fucking razor in my tire. I had a razor in my tire. I had to go get a new tire. I go out to fucking Cleveland Heights. I fucking get contract violation. I go to Westlake, and I just literally... Westlake is self-explanatory. It's fucking Westlake. What was the worst experience you had with a person who actually tipped decent? What was the worst experience you had with a person who actually tipped decent, if you can remember? I don't think I've ever had a bad customer, like a mean or a rude customer. I don't think I've ever had a mean or a rude customer, or somebody say some weird shit. I always have problems with the restaurant employees, but a customer, 9 times out of 10, you don't even fucking see them. I think the only thing that annoys me about the customers who tip really good is, like, I wouldn't even say that. 9 times out of 10, dude, the good customers who tip good, they're out helping you load groceries up or whatever the case may be, like taking them to the door. They're all, thank you so much, have a great day, this and that. Like, the customers who tip good are good humans. They have good souls. Like, they're not mean. I don't think I've ever had a fucking customer who wasn't mean. But the customers who don't fucking tip, that's the problem. The customers who don't fucking tip, they're the rude ones. They're the ones that want the most. They're the ones who text you like, why are you refunding everything? Or why are there refunds when they put refund instead of ask if they want a replacement? They're those types of people. They're the people who complain that they never got their food. They're the people who will order 17 packs of fucking water to the 3rd floor of an apartment. Are the customers who don't tip. Always. Always. They want the most. People who don't tip, they fucking want the most. And the people who do tip, they're the nicest fucking people. They're godsend. They're godsend. Honestly, I don't think I've ever had a fucking problem with somebody who did not tip, or who tipped good. It's always people who maybe tip mediocre, like on a Spark order or a shopping order, they'll tip like $3 to $5, but order about 40 to 50 things, and you only got it because they stacked it in with a fucking double. But the people who tip bad, like the people who tip mediocre and the people who tip bad, they always want the most. They always want the most. I can't recall anything. And I make a lot of videos, so if I don't know what I'm talking about, look back in my videos and see if you can find one, because I don't think I have. They may say some annoying shit, like it'd be a good tipper, but they live on the 3rd floor of an apartment and they aren't coming out to help or something like that. I have delivered to somebody I've known personally. I have. Once. It was one time. I've taken my own DoorDash order if that counts. But yeah, the people who fucking don't tip, they're mean as fuck. They're mean. Like, why are you so mad that you're fucking just an asshole? Why are you so mad? Why are you so mad because you don't know how to tip? Because you're lucky enough that we're even taking these orders. Because 9 times out of 10, they snuck it in with something else. And you know, DoorDash now has the pay transparency where if you go to unassign an order, you can't see which one tipped and which one didn't. For Instacart, you really don't know, but people who do Instacart, you could probably know who tips and who doesn't tip. And then Uber Eats is Uber Eats, like that, you know. But everybody who fucking tips, like, the shittier the tip, the shittier the fucking person. People with the mentality of, like, why should I tip, have the worst fucking personalities you've ever met in your entire life. Because, like, in some cases, they're right with the whole, why should we tip, everything like that. Like, I don't like the tipping culture either. Don't get me wrong. I don't like it either. But I'll still tip. I'm not going to say, I don't like the tipping culture and then be like, thank you for your service, but fuck a tip. I'm not going to do that. You know you could take a double batch order and cancel the batch you don't want to take. Yeah. Yeah, I know that. I do that shit all the time. I do that shit all the time. I do that all the time. But it's hard because they don't tell you. They don't tell you who tips and they don't tell you who does tip. But you can kind of tell who tips and who doesn't tip based on what they ordered and everything like that. But sometimes you're wrong with it too and you'll drop the person who did tip. I think Nola Grimes did that. You dropped the person who did tip and you kept the no tip order hoping that you got it right and then you didn't. And that's a shitty fucking feeling. But people who don't tip, they're mean. They're bitter. My mom was delivering to somebody today and she fucking, there was a, like she pulled into the wrong driveway and somebody was like, I didn't order anything. Get out of my driveway. And it was just like, that person probably didn't fucking tip or doesn't tip. Nice people tip. I love my delivery drivers. I always, for some reason, I always find myself adding on, after I tipped, I always find myself adding on $1 or $2. I did enjoy it. We'd spend like $27 and I go do the order and I'd get like, we'd make sure I didn't tip on it or something like that so that nobody would accept it, so I had no doubt to get it. And I would just go get it and bring it home. I would just bring it home. What's going on here? When there's traffic, how do you plan your orders? How do I go about traffic? I mean, I don't know. I just follow navigation. If there's traffic, I leave that area. If there's traffic there, I know to go to an area where there's less traffic. I'm actually delivering those pizza girls. Those people are hungry. Hey, listen, they done fucked it up for today. They don't get the FDA right now because I'm still FDA. I still have 22 hours until Trader takes back his FDA title. So I'm FDA right now, and they done pissed me off. So they don't get FDA right now. They can get mediocre drivers. I'm still up, yeah. But I'm probably going to get off of here soon in like 5-10 minutes. I have to eat and stuff like that. In SoCal, I don't know where that's at. Oh, well, thank you. Have you considered getting a real job? Yeah, I have considered. I left my real job to do this. I wish you could see the delivery address before before having to decline it on DoorDash. You can see. Do you not know? Do you not, if you click on the house, it tells you their address. DoorDash is the only one that'll tell you where you're actually going before you go there. DoorDash and Spark. Southern California, Orange County. I mean, don't you guys have that, what is that called? That fucking, once a week you get like the mileage, the Prop 22 or whatever that's called. I agree. I said, do you want to fight me? Okay. Okay, cool, I will check. Yeah, if you get a DoorDash order and you click on the little house icon, it tells you the address. It doesn't tell you if it's an apartment or not or anything like that, but it tells you it's an address. It tells you if it's an address. It tells you if it's an address. It tells you the address that you're picking up for. It's fine, Lynn. I have many apps to fall back on. Oh, really? What, do you have to drive like 20 hours a week to get it? Or like a minimum amount of miles to get the Prop 22? You can't just turn the apps on and just drive around, obviously. The apps have been dead for everybody, though. It's not just you. Today was the first good day that I've had in a while. A long while. What's up, Michaela? A long while. It's been honestly terrible. Even when it's a good day, it's still terrible. Like, I look back on the money that I used to make on these apps, and I'm just like, man. Right. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I guess I never really put much thought into it since it's not over here. It's not really something I've did my research with. I just see like Instacart people post their stuff like on my Instacart group that I'm in on Facebook, and like the people in California, I can see like the Prop 22 and what they get, and they make a lot out there. Do you do Instacart? It's okay, George. I'm not like broke. I just, I just had a bad day today. Not a bad day today. It wasn't a bad day. It was a great day. It was just a miserable bitch. A miserable fucking human who decided to say she didn't get her food, even though she did. No Instacart? You should get on Instacart. My name is Jeffrey and you're beautiful, but your username is Emily and Jeff. So who's Emily? What catering, like Deliver That? I just got on Deliver That. The one good order that I was able to get though, I couldn't take because I didn't have a babysitter. But because I food delivery, if I have the baby, I'm not doing anything. So I only do shopping with him. But I just got on Deliver That. I'm on Delivered, and I'm trying to get onto the LOP for DoorDash, which is taking fucking forever. My completion rate is honestly shit though, because with me trying to Deliver That, Delivered, and Red Wagon. I've never heard of Red Wagon. I'll have to look that up. But I forgot what I was saying. Anyways, I am so fucking tired, you guys. But I made a total of like $250 today. So despite her being an asshole and doing that, I still came home with good money today. And I recorded a video. I also have been posting. Sorry about that. Like, I literally just kind of like needed some time to not stare at a computer screen and my phone screen, and then computer screen, then phone screen, then computer screen. Like, that takes a toll on you. Miss Grind and Fitness says, funny thing is only DoorDash does that when people are scammers. I've never had that issue with any other apps. Not fucking once. Not once. I'm sure people have gotten it, but I've never gotten it on Instacart. Even when they're hand-to-me's, I've never gotten it on Instacart. I don't think I've ever gotten it on Uber Eats. Spark, never gotten it. Spark, I've never gotten it. So the only thing that DoorDash does good is just the fact of peak pays, because Uber doesn't get peak pays unless you like trap a surge. And what is that called? Like half pay. I like their half pay. And that if you say that an order's not there, that order is gone. It doesn't stay in the fucking system like Uber Eats does. Well, thank you, CJ. I've never heard of Red Wagon, so I'd have to look it up. I highly doubt it's over here, though. If it was something that was over here, I would have heard about it. I mean, not... Let me look it up right now, actually, while I'm here. Let's see. Red Wagon Catering... Catering... Oh. When I looked it up, it pulled up DoorDash. Red Wagon's deliveries. Huh. I've never heard of Red Wagon. I never get any opportunities on that. I never get any opportunities on Uber. I don't even think this is the right thing. Huh. Do they go through EasyCater? Oh. I get them maybe once a month, and it's always on a dead fucking day where it's an hour between acceptable orders. Are you talking about Red Wagon too? Yes, EasyCater. Alright, you guys. I am going to get off here, though. We'll have a better Saturday Night Live next week, and you guys better be here. And yeah. I did most of my talking earlier on a different live, and I'm tired. I've been up all fucking night and all day, so... And there's something going on upstairs that we've got to figure out, so... I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for coming on the live, and I'll see you guys next Saturday.